Today's reservations are for 2 guests under the name Shelton and 4 guests under the name York. The York party has a reservation for a private room in the back. Just before opening, I read out the reservation status. As usual, let's give our customers our heartfelt service today. Thank you all. That's it.
Let's go.
Dressed in kimonos, the staff simultaneously echoed and then dispersed to their respective positions. This is N. It's a high-end Japanese Michelin restaurant where politicians and business executives entertain their clients. Under the umbrella of a famous restaurant chain, I serve as a manager here. Welcome, Mr. York. We have your usual room ready for you.
Thanks, Simon, for being so accommodating. I always choose this place for important clients.
No, thank you for your patronage. Right this way, please. In this prestigious restaurant, there are many unspoken rules, like only regular VIP customers being led to the special rooms in the back. However, even after 2 years as a manager, I still find the exclusivity a bit daunting. That's because until I started working here, I had never set foot in such a fancy restaurant. My family runs a diner where my friendly parents serve homemade meals. I plan to take over the family business eventually, but my dad advised me.
Go out there and gain management skills.
That's how I ended up here at N. At first, there were so many rules I couldn't wrap my head around, coming from a more ordinary background. After getting a hang of it, I finally wanted to start exercising my own discretion as manager. After all, if we only focus on formality, we'll miss out on the true essence of the cuisine. In my own way, I want to create a place where people can truly relax and enjoy themselves. With that determination in mind, I've been pushing forward with a certain plan. Starting today, we'll be serving lunch. I'm sure there'll be many first-time customers, so let's welcome them with our usual hospitality. I'm introducing lunch service to N, which previously only operated in the evenings. It's a set menu at a reasonable price, aimed at attracting customers who couldn't afford to dine here before. This might bring in people beyond just those looking for business purposes. And above all, it's a chance for the masses to experience our cuisine. As I had hoped, introducing lunch service has changed the demographics of our customers noticeably. We're seeing younger generations like office workers on their lunch break and moms meeting up with friends from the neighborhood. Seeing this, I'm even more confident in the success of my plan. But...
Hey, Simon, we might have a bit of a problem.
About a month after starting lunch service, Haley from accounting approaches me. She was hired at around the same time as me and has been handling administrative tasks from sourcing ingredients to managing inventory and sales. What's wrong?
Take a look at this. Thanks to lunch, our total profits have increased. But when you look at the profit margin relative to the cost, it's not that high. If we continue like this, the headquarters might start taking notice.
I'm not planning on backing down from this initiative. The whole point is to maintain the quality of our ingredients and dishes while taking a hit on profit if necessary. It's only been a month, right? Can we just give it a little more time? Results will show bit by bit. I try reassuring her and start strategizing to bring in more customers. I have an idea to utilize social media. By posting colorful pictures of our dishes and daily menus featuring seasonal ingredients, we're attracting even more lunch customers, and the restaurant starts bustling. However, one day, I overhear a regular customer quietly commenting to one of our servers.
This place has changed quite a bit from its old cozy atmosphere.
Hearing this makes me a bit uneasy too. When you're bringing about change, you're bound to hit some roadblocks. I try to calm myself down, but then I receive even more unsettling news.
Hey Simon, the headquarters is asking for an explanation regarding the decrease in profit margins. And guess what? The director of operations, Miss Kirby, she's planning a surprise inspection. It might be a bit of a problem.
Haley whispers anxiously to me. Miss Kirby is one of the directors at the headquarters and also happens to be the daughter of the CEO. She's known for being tough at work and has crushed quite a few employees in the past. But we can't just suddenly stop serving lunch. I can't let the staff see my anxiety, so I keep smiling and continue serving customers. One evening, a couple in their 30s comes to the restaurant. I'm thrilled internally, thinking it's a result of our social media strategy, while observing them closely as they are escorted to their table by one of the servers. The man looks visibly nervous, with a faint sheen of sweat on his forehead. And the woman, dressed in a casual dress with sneakers, seems a bit awkward. Something's up. Oh. I notice something on the woman and quietly inform the server. She nods and follows my instructions. Shortly after guiding the couple to their table, Mr. York, one of our regulars, unexpectedly shows up.
Hi, Simon. Sorry to barge in like this. Is my usual room available?
Oh, good evening, Mr. York. I'm terribly sorry. Unfortunately, the private room is currently occupied. However, we have a cozy room with a lovely view of the garden available. Would you like that instead?
Oh, I see. Well, it's quite sudden, so I understand. We'll take that room.
He patted my shoulder. Although it sounds nice to say it has a lovely view, the room I guide him to is actually inferior to the private room. Right after this, I'm summoned to the office.
You're the manager, huh?
I'm seriously unlucky tonight. Waiting for me there is someone I've only seen a few times at headquarters. Yes, Miss Kirby. I wasn't aware of your visit today.
Of course not. It's better this way. If everything were arranged beforehand, it wouldn't be a surprise inspection, right?
She gives me a sharp look.
By the way, I had a good look around here. It's a basic courtesy to always keep the best room available for VIPs. It's lacking here. I think staff haven't been properly trained.
No, I instructed them to seat the couple in the private room.
Huh? And you think the VIP won't notice being treated as less important than that young couple?
I feel irritated listening to the way she speaks. I want to shout, there shouldn't be any difference between our customers, no matter who they are. But before I do, she continues.
And if that couple is so important, they better be spending some money here. But the server isn't explaining the dishes properly or recommending wine. What's going on? Is this also your instruction?
Yes, it is. I gave those instructions. Miss Kirby slams her hand on the desk and leans in close to me, giving me a menacing look.
I've had a feeling something's off here for a while now. Profit margins have been dropping for months, and the customer base has been getting oddly younger. We've received complaints that its reputation is declining. And when I check it out myself, I find that not only are we not catering to our VIPs properly, but we're also doing things that go against the profit. How do you explain that?
There's no point in making excuses. I make up my mind to be honest. I just want to satisfy as many customers as possible. The lunch plan and the instructions to the servers tonight are all actions aimed at enjoying the food and creating good memories at this restaurant. However, it seems like my devotion doesn't reach her at all.
What nonsense! Passion alone won't increase profits. If there's no profit, the restaurant won't grow. And here you are after 2 years as manager, still not understanding how to run a business.
She looks down on me with her chin pointing upward and continues coldly.
I'm letting you go. Get ready for the handover.
No way. It's unbelievable that I'm fired after just one night of inspection. But as expected of the CEO's daughter, her decision is absolute. Before I can grasp reality, I'm handed the notice of termination. My staff are also bewildered by the sudden turn of events. Thank you for everything until now. I can't come up with anything else to say to them, and I'm kicked out of the restaurant. For the next 3 weeks, I help out at my family's diner. Being busy serving customers directly and chatting with them gradually eases the shock of being fired. But then, one day, something unimaginable comes to light.
There are allegations of mistreating employees at the Michelin restaurant under a famous corporation, and it's facing heavy criticism.
When I look at the lunchtime news on TV, I see none other than N. What's being highlighted are comments like, "You don't get fired for just one mistake." "Terminating staff at the whim of a director. Seems like they've always had an abusive culture." These are from ordinary users on social media. This can't be about me, can it? I'm flabbergasted. On top of that, there's been a backlash on social media, causing a cancellation of a large reservation, which led to heaps of food being discarded. There are even photos circulating showing the discarded food. This has fueled more criticism, more cancellations, and it seems like things are spiraling out of control. But how did this internal information leak out? Just as I'm pondering, the phone rings. I'm urgently summoned by the new manager who sounds flustered, so I head to N. When I arrive, Miss Kirby's once again waiting for me in the office.
About time. Thanks to you, we're in big trouble. Did you spread this?
She's pointing at the screen showing the flood of criticism on social media. She thinks I'm the one who sparked this. No way. I didn't do anything. Discarding the food happened after I left, right? There's no way I could have taken those photos as I'm no longer involved.
That's true. We don't have time to hunt down the culprit right now. But today, you're going to accompany me to apologize to our suppliers, because that was definitely your fault.
What the heck? I'm confused as to why, and the new manager explains the situation to me. It turns out that a few days after I was fired, there was a reservation for a private party, which everyone was thrilled about. But it got canceled the day before. And the reason?
The customer was extremely upset when he heard that you had left.
Not only the manager is puzzled, but so am I. Is it possible to cancel for such a reason? In any case, due to the last-minute cancellation, all the food that had already been ordered went to waste. As we are talking, there are constant calls from the suppliers asking about the situation. So, I end up going around to apologize with Miss Kirby. I deeply regret causing this inconvenience to you. I apologized to the suppliers, preparing myself to be scolded. However, their reactions completely stunned me.
Forget it, Simon. I feel sorry for you. We really appreciated having you as the manager there. It's truly sad to see you go. Can't you come back?
They sympathized with me one after another. According to them, before I became the manager, there was a clear hierarchy between the suppliers and N. N only accepted top quality ingredients, and if the sales weren't good, they'd complain right away. That's how arrogant their attitude was.
Ever since you took over, the atmosphere softened greatly. You were flexible and understanding of our situation, especially since you started serving lunch. The order quantities became stable, making it easier for us to predict, you know?
As they praise me, both Miss Kirby and I are just stunned, hearing this for the first time. After finishing our rounds with the suppliers, we head to our last destination. We've managed to get in touch with the customer who canceled the reservation upon hearing about my termination. When I realize who's waiting for us at the designated place, I'm taken aback.
Oh, you are...
He's the guy whom I discreetly led to the private room. He happily approaches me, completely different from the last time I saw him.
Hi, Simon. It's been a while. I really appreciated what you did back then.
Oh, please. That was nothing.
Thanks to you, I was able to find my lifelong partner.
Oh, so I was right. Congratulations. I genuinely congratulated him. Remembering how nervous he was, along with the casual attire of the woman in what's supposed to be a fancy restaurant, and noticing a slight baby bump on her. My intuition kicked in and thought they had something important to discuss, maybe even a proposal. So I guided them to the secluded room where other customers' voices wouldn't intrude. To ensure their conversation flowed smoothly, I instructed the staff to keep the food description simple and refrain from pushing alcohol on them. The guy in front of me continued speaking.
We were so impressed by how you read the situation instantly. We even thought about renting out the entire restaurant for our engagement party. But then, we heard you were fired. We were really disappointed.
I'm very sorry to have inconvenienced you. I reflexively apologize, but he shakes his head and stops me.
No, you don't need to apologize. If anything...
When he turns to Miss Kirby, she starts apologizing with flushed cheeks.
I'm very sorry for disappointing you. After we received your complaint, I reevaluated his contributions and realized I made a mistake. I'm bringing him back, so I hope you'll come back to our establishment.
Hearing this, he frowned slightly, looking displeased.
No. Being used under someone like you would be a waste of talent. Simon, why don't you come work for my company?
Your company? He hands me his business card. It states his position as COO of Taylor Department Store, and his last name is also Taylor. Are you...
Is the company my father runs. Even though it's a different industry, I believe your customer-oriented thinking would be a great fit. We'd really appreciate your help.
I'm genuinely thrilled by this. Taylor Department Store is a well-known company, and having someone appreciate my customer-centric approach meant a lot. I have one condition, though. I'm truly honored by your offer, but I have one request. He happily agrees to it. 5 minutes before opening, guys. Let's welcome our customers with friendliness and respect as usual. Thank you for your amazing work. Let's go! The staff all dispersed to their stations. Right now, I'm working as a floor manager at Taylor Department Store. The scope of my responsibilities has expanded compared to when I was the manager at N, and the number of staff is on a whole different level. It's essentially like a promotion, but some things haven't changed.
Simon?
I turn around to see Haley in her crisp suit, smiling at me. When I switched jobs, I requested to bring her along with me to Mr. Taylor, knowing that if the investigation into the whistleblower at N starts, she, being in charge of inventory management, will likely be the first suspect. Naturally, if that happens, she won't be able to stay at the company. Anticipating that, I acted quickly.
Last month's sales were impressive. Mr. Taylor praises you for these results, especially since you just started.
Come on, it's all thanks to you, you know. Her meticulous work ethic is unmatched, and she's still the colleague I trust more than anyone. The main door opens. I greet the customers with a genuine smile, just like any other day.